The sun sets slowly over Timbavati, tinting the grass in orange and gold. Helena Duarte's lodge, 34 years old, CEO of the family hotel, breathes like a tired animal finally finding rest after the storm. It has been 2 weeks since the kidnapping. The fences have been reinforced. Guards train every morning. Lawyers work day and night. But fear still lives in the corners of her chest. On the office porch, Helena leans her weight on her good leg. The other still hurts, a pale scar on her knee. The wind brings the smell of damp earth and distant smoke. Something is burning somewhere in the reserve. She narrows her eyes, thinks of sending a jeep to check, when the radio on Sifo's waist crackles inside the control room. "Helena, come see this," he calls, his voice too tense for the late afternoon. She enters limping. On the monitoring screens, nighttime black and white images appear. In one of them, near the dry river, a metallic shine near a fallen log. In another, a trail of smoke rising behind the trees. In the third, more worrying, the GPS of a safari jeep stopped for too long, 8 kilometers from the lodge. The French group's vehicle, Sifo says quietly, stopped 30 minutes ago, fixed signal, no contact. Helena's stomach tightens. She inhales deeply. Adrenaline comes before panic, like an old acquaintance. "Call them on the radio," she orders. Nothing responds but static. The silence is heavy. "Could be a flat tire," the young guard beside him suggests, but his eyes don't believe his own words.
Helena doesn't hesitate.
"I'm going."
Sifo tries to argue. "Risk, protocol."
She cuts him with a firm look. "They're under our responsibility, and I know every curve of this place." Deep down she knows she has another reason. Part of her wants to return to the savanna, to that space where fear mixed with gratitude, where a lion saved her. She wants to prove to herself that she no longer lives chained to that invisible tree.
In 10 minutes, the Jeep is ready. Full tank, flashlights, medical kit, ropes, blankets.
Sifo drives. 2 armed guards follow behind. Night falls quickly as if someone turns off the sky. The Jeep advances along the dirt road, the headlights slicing the darkness. Crickets sing. An eagle owl crosses the path, silent. Helena grips the edge of the seat when the vehicle jolts in a hole. Thud! The suspension complains. "How many people were in the French Jeep?" she asks. "The guide, the driver, and 3 tourists," Sifo replies. "A couple and a teenager, 15. Helena closes her eyes for a moment, sees the boy's face without knowing him, thinks of mothers thousands of kilometers away trusting this place, feels the weight. After 3 kilometers, they leave the main road and take a narrower trail. Smoke on the horizon increases. The smell is now clear, burning grass. Fire in Timbavati is never a small matter. If the wind shifts, it spreads fast, one guard comments. Helena knows. She has seen fires run faster than jeeps. When they are less than 1 kilometer from the GPS point, they see it. The French Jeep is tilted, a front wheel buried in an erosion ditch, headlights off, doors open, a strange, heavy silence. Sifo stops the vehicle at a distance. They all get out slowly, flashlights low, weapons holstered but ready.
"Hello?"
Helena calls, firm voice. "We're from the lodge." No answer. Only the distant crackle of growing fire and the whistle of wind. An open suitcase on the ground, a small jacket hanging from a branch, footprints in the dust descending toward the dry riverbed, human, and another series of strange marks, something heavy dragged. Helena's heartbeat quickens. They walked away, maybe looking for help. Sifo examines the trail with his flashlight. One of them seems to be limping, short steps, here, blood drips. Helena swallows hard. "Let's follow." The group descends the path, darkness swallowing them a few meters ahead. The fire is closer than it seems. Orange reflections dance atop the trees, even without visible flames. After a few minutes, a sound cuts the air, a weak moan, human. "Help me," a boy's voice tears through the silence, trembling. Helena rushes toward the sound before anyone can stop her. The grass scratches her legs. Her knee protests. She doesn't care. The flashlight swings in her hand, lighting pieces of night. They find the teenager leaning against a rock, swollen ankle, face dirty with earth and tears. His parents are not there. Helena kneels beside him. Her body protests, but she ignores it. "Easy. You're safe now," she says, touching the boy's shoulder gently. The human contact brings color back to his cheeks. "My parents went to look for help. There's smoke. Something in the dark growled at us," he stammers. "The guide went with them. I couldn't walk." Inside, Helena freezes, but outside turns to solid stone. "What's your name?" "Lucas." "Well, Lucas, we're gonna get you out, but first we need to find your parents. Can you stay here with Sifo for a few minutes?" Sifo approaches, calm voice. Helena looks at the horizon. Smoke thickens. Night feels shorter. Every minute counts. She and 2 guards follow the adult's footprints along the riverbed. The ground is fine sand, keeping each step like a confession. After 500 meters, the trail splits near a huge fallen trunk. 1 guard points. Look at this. Attached to the trunk, almost invisible under dry grass, shines a steel snare, a trap. The metal reflects the flashlight like an evil eye. Ahead, another snare, and another. Poachers have been busy. Helena's stomach churns. The memory of the old snare that crushed the cub's paw returns like a punch. Her heart speeds up. The past has never been so present. Suddenly, a dense sound echoes through the valley. A long, deep, wounded growl. The youngest guard tenses. Lion. A shiver crawls up Helena's spine. Part of her wants to run toward the sound. Another part wants to go back to the jeep and not tempt fate again. Her whole body trembles between escape and courage. She inhales deeply. The decision is already made before it becomes words. If he's caught in one of those snares, he'll burn when the fire gets here. And if it's the same lion, she doesn't need to finish. They understand. They follow the growl. Smoke smell intensifies. Trees cough invisible embers. The sky gains a red glow as if the night itself bleeds. The growl repeats, louder, more desperate. They see him around a curve in the river. A huge lion, thick mane, tense body. His left paw trapped in a steel snare attached to a short chain. The ground around him torn from his attempts to escape. The chain jingles at each pull. Helena's world shrinks to that circle of sand and smoke. The pale scar on his left paw gleams under the flashlight. Time folds. She goes back 13 years to the day she found a cub trapped in a similar snare. She remembers the dried blood, the hoarse mewl of pain, the fear in her own fingers when she touched his thin mane. Remembers the first time she whispered easy, "You're safe now," not knowing if it was for him or herself. Now that same lion is here, older, stronger, but vulnerable again. The lion sees her, his ears perk, his amber eyes shine confused. He growls low, but doesn't lunge. He can't. Short chain. His breath is heavy, smoke and pain mixed. Helena steps forward. Another step. The guards raise their guns by instinct. "Don't shoot," she says, not breaking eye contact. "Do you remember?" she asks the lion, her voice cracking a little. It sounds crazy, but her whole chest asks with her. His eyes lock onto hers. Pupils widen. His tail hits the ground once. The growl softens. He's still a wild animal, but there's something there. Not human thought, not magic, just the memory of shared pain and a hand that didn't harm him. Fire snaps somewhere nearby. Crack! Dry branches split with heat. A hotter wind blows, bringing tiny glowing flecks. Time is running out. We need to free him fast, Helena says, kneeling near the snare but still out of reach. The metal is thick, toothed, needs leverage. A guard hands her a crowbar. She fits it into the mechanism with trembling hands. She pulls once, and nothing, only metal growl. Twice. It gives a little, not enough. The lion growls, pain-waking. On the third try, Helena puts all her weight, good leg firm, the other screaming, veins bulge. Come on. Then the snap. Snap. The trap opens. The lion roars in shock and pain. Roar! The sound explodes in the valley, mixing with the distant roar of fire. He yanks his paw free, limping, fresh blood dripping onto sand. The remaining chain clatters on a rock. Helena steps back, heart racing. He could attack. He's hurt, scared, but he only breathes hard, assessing. His eyes meet hers again. A silence surrounds them, the same silence from that other night. Silence that speaks. Warmth rises behind her eyes.
"Thank you for coming for me that day," she whispers, knowing he doesn't understand words, just tone and presence.
A louder crack interrupts. Crack! Fire now visible in a line of flames climbing the bank fed by wind. And with it, new danger. A pack of hyenas, drawn by blood and chaos, appears atop the riverbed. 5, 6 spotted shadows, laughing that twisted laugh. Secondary predators, Helena murmurs, as if remembering life's invisible script. Hyenas hesitate at the lion, but he's limping. They smell opportunity. 2 descend the bank carefully. Others circle, flanking. Guards raise weapons. "We can shoot," one says. "Only if they attack," Helena replies. She wants to avoid gunfire near fire, but the line is thin. The lion steps between them and the hyenas, even with his injured paw. His body trembles, but his head rises. He bares teeth, a deep growl, almost thunder inside him. One hyena advances too far. The lion leaps, short but enough, striking her. She rolls, whining. The others retreat for a moment. Above them, fire dances closer. Embers fall like hot rain. Smoke stings their eyes. "We can't stay here," Helena shouts. "We must get to the ravine before fire closes the path." She points to a narrow opening in the cliff 300 meters upstream. If they reach it, they can climb to rocky ground, little fuel for fire, but they must pass near the hyenas. She takes the first step. Her knee throbs but obeys. Guards follow, guns ready. The lion moves too, limping but steady, almost as if choosing to accompany them. The hyenas watch. One tries to cut Helena off. Sifo fires into the ground ahead of it. The explosion echoes. The hyena recoils, confused. Fire answers with a louder snap as if awakened. They move in a unit. Heat is almost solid. Air smells like burning plastic, though it's only grass. Every breath is effort. One hyena finally charges from behind, aiming for Helena. She hears the light gallop and cruel laugh, turns just in time to see teeth. No time to raise the gun. The lion crashes into the hyena from the side. Thud! Dust rises. The hyena snaps, but he pins her, growling until the rest finally withdraw, deciding the meal isn't worth the cost. Helena's heart explodes in adrenaline, and something else, warm gratitude, as if her whole body said, I know, I see, I remember. They reach the ravine. Fire races on the opposite side. Flames roar, but inside there is stone and shadow. The ravine is steep, they'll need ropes, and someone must go back for Lucas. Time is tight. Helena leans on the rock. Sifo, take a guard, run to Lucas, bring him here, I'll stay with the other. It's not safe to stay alone, he protests. She looks at the lion, now resting, panting, paw trembling, eyes alert. Smoke forms halos around his mane. I'm not alone, she answers. Sifo hesitates, then agrees. They run back through sparks. Helena and the guard set ropes for the climb. The lion watches, head tilted. Heat increases. Fire behind them advances like a faceless animal. The crackling has become a constant roar. Minutes later, feeling like hours, Sifo returns carrying Lucas, ankle wrapped in torn fabric. The boy is pale but conscious. When he sees the lion, he freezes. He's on our side, for now, Helena says lightly, though her heart races. They start the climb. First Lucas, tied to the rope, pulled by the guard above. Helena positions him, feels his fear tremble, trusts the rope. Rocks scrape hands. Then Sifo and the guard. Helena stays last beside the lion. Heat behind is suffocating. Embers jump into the ravine. She looks at the cliff, measures pain, judges distance. 15 meters, like an entire mountain. Before climbing, she dares hold out her open hand to the lion, not touching. He leans closer, sniffing the air around her fingers. No hostility. Only weight, memory, maybe respect. We're getting out together, old friend, she murmurs. She climbs. Good leg pulls, the other follows. Hands burn, body protests. But the need to save Lucas, the tourists, even this lion, pushes her. Halfway, her knee fails. She slips centimeters. Stone cuts her hand. World spins. Helena, Sifo calls. She breathes, forces her mind back. Remembers walking 18 kilometers limping to the lodge, pain becoming finish line. Remembers the cub's bloody paw, the way he tried to stand. Memory becomes fuel. With a grunt, she rises again. A meter, another. Hands appear at the top, pulling her. She rolls onto rock, trembling. Now the lion. He looks at the slope, the fire, Helena above. The chain still attached clinks. The injured paw makes climbing almost impossible. He won't make it, the guard says. Helena feels something break inside. No, the reciprocity life began writing cannot end in smoke. Do we have extra rope? She asks. Sifo understands instantly. They tie a large loop and throw it down. The lion retreats, suspicious. Helena lies at the edge, half her body over, holding the rope with burned hands. Hey, she calls gently. Come, we'll pull. He doesn't understand words, but maybe the invitation. The lion approaches slowly, sniffs the rope, brushes his chest against it accidentally. They pull, slowly, so he won't panic. He takes a step. Another. Fire licks the air meters away. Harder, Sifo shouts. They pull together. The rope stretches. The lion climbs and jolts, using good paw, hind legs, anything. The chain scrapes rock, sparking. Helena feels muscles tear, but does not release. One last heave. His massive body passes the edge, nearly knocking Helena back. He collapses onto rock. Thud! Everyone freezes, panting. Then he stands, limping but upright, breathes deeply, smells cooler air, looks at Helena. There is something different in his eyes. Less instinct, more recognition. Peak of personification. Not human, not tame, but a being who knows, in its way, that a hand helped. From the rock, they see fire racing below. Flames can't climb the bare stone. They are safe. Not completely, though. They still must walk 5 kilometers through road terrain to a point where a jeep can reach them. Lucas limping, the lion injured, Helena's knee burning. The return journey begins. They walk in a line. Sifo and Lucas first, Helena next. The lion beside her, sometimes ahead, sometimes behind, never far. On the way they face fallen trunks, loose stones, small drops. On one, Helena slips again, nearly twisting her knee. The lion freezes beside her, ready to block if she fell. She grabs a branch. Crack! It breaks, but the guard catches her arm. The wind shifts. Smoke smell weakens. The sky lightens toward the lodge. A lone star appears. Night goes on. When they finally see the service road, Helena's legs are jelly. A second jeep waits, called by radio. Headlights like gentle giant eyes. The tourists, found later by another team, are there, exhausted but alive. Lucas's mother runs to him, hugs tight, cries openly. Helena feels a knot in her throat. The scene triggers something warm, soft, like her body releasing all courage and tenderness at once. The driver freezes when he sees the lion behind them. His hand goes to his gun. No, Helena says firmly. He helped us. Again. Everyone stares at her. Too much to process. Fire, rescue, wild animal so close. But her conviction is a lighthouse. She takes 2 steps toward the lion, stops at a respectful distance. The wind moves her sweaty shirt and his dusty mane. Thank you, she says simply. The whole world fits inside that word. The lion blinks slowly, then turns, limping, back toward the savanna's darkness. Each step draws a farewell. The chain still on his leg clinks. Freedom never complete in a world of borders. Helena thinks about sending someone to remove the metal another day safely. For now, he only needs to return to his territory. She watches until the silhouette disappears into trees. Her heart aches a little, but a good ache, like gratitude mixed with longing. Was he? Lucas asks, still hugging his mother. Helena breathes deeply. An old friend. One day I'll tell you the whole story. At the lodge, hours later, after exams and bandages, the doctor confirms. Helena only aggravated her knee injury. Weeks of physical therapy will fix it. Lucas has a sprain. The tourists have scratches and memories for life. In the meeting room, her team gathers. They decide to reinforce anti-poaching operations, maps on the table, NGO partnerships, a snare monitoring plan for the next 6 months. Helena, tired but awake, feels different. She is no longer just the hair-protecting family property. She is guardian of stories of lives, human and wild. Later, alone on the porch, she looks into the savanna's darkness, touches her injured knee, scar over scar, and smiles.
You saved my life. Today, I saved yours. She murmurs into the invisible. She expects no answer. Yet a distant roar echoes, more like a whisper, not threat.
Presence. She closes her eyes, feels the cool breeze on her face, the smell of earth after fire, hears the generators hum, the kitchen cleaning dishes, guests laughing in relief. Life goes on. Moral 1. True gratitude is not paid with words, but with actions when danger returns. Moral 2. Courage grows every time we choose to return to the place of fear to help someone. Moral 3. The kindness we give the world finds mysterious ways to return, even through other species.